Let's draw a self-portrait together. To begin our self-portrait, I want you to think about a letter. But not just any letter, a great big capital U. I'm going to start with a great big capital U on my page. Next, let's make sure that we have some eyebrows. Eyebrows usually curve and they happen towards the top of our head. We have one eyebrow on the left and one eyebrow on the right. Our self-portrait is going to need some eyes. Let's give ourselves some eyes. I'm going to make my eyes with two curved lines, but you can make whatever kinds of eyes you want. I'm going to use a line that curves up like a hill, but not a very, very steep hill, because steep hills are too tough to climb. I like nice, shallow hills. I'll do one on one side and then one on the other. To finish the eyes, we're going to create that same sort of line, but instead of having it curve up like a hill, it's going to curve down like a smile. If you look at your eyes closely in the mirror, you'll see that inside of your eyes, there's different parts. There's a part that has color, that's called your iris. And there's a circle right in the center that's black. That is called your pupil. I'm going to start by adding in an iris. I can use a nice circle, just like a lowercase o. But what I do to one side, I should do to the other. So let's get that nice circle inside of this eye as well. These circles are where the colorful part or the iris of our eye will be. But we're still missing a part. We're missing our pupil and the center of our eye. Your pupil is usually smaller than your iris, and it's usually right in the middle of your iris. So right in the middle of this shape, let's add in a smaller circle for our iris. A smaller circle for our iris. Now for our nose. For our nose, I'm thinking simple, simple, simple. Simple, like a line that curves like a smile, but not a really, really happy smile, just a peaceful, calm, pleased smile. The kind of smile that you make whenever you've just eaten something that's really sweet and you don't want to let anyone know about it by getting too excited, but deep down inside you're so, so happy. Now for our ears. To draw ears, I want you to think of another letter. This time, we're going to think about the shape of a C. But not just any C, a C that has been squished. Let me show you what I mean. C's curve upwards, whoop, then they go down, and then they curve back up again. A C shape that got squished. What we do to one side, we should really try to do to the other. So let me try to get myself an ear on this side as well. A nice squished C shape. I hope you're enjoying drawing this self-portrait, so much so that you feel like you should add a great big smile to your self-portrait. Because that's what I'm going to do. If you're feeling some other kind of way, That's all right. Self-portraits can show not only things about ourselves, like the kinds of colors we enjoy or how we wear our hair, they can also show how we feel. I'm going to make a great big smile. I'll start with a horizontal line. Horizontal lines are the ones that go straight from one side to the other. Next, I'll think of a line that's shaped like a U. But this strange U is going to start where my straight line started. It'll go down and curve back up and end where my straight line ended. Let me show you what I mean. Oh, that's starting to look very nice. It's starting to look like a person. Whenever I smile really big, you can always see my teeth. Maybe you're not somebody who smiles very big, and if you want to draw a smaller smile, well, that's just fine. But I have found out that whenever it comes to teeth and smiles in art, sometimes less teeth is more. Well, those words don't even make sense whenever I hear me say it. Goodness me, how could I say something like that? If we fill this mouth space up completely with teeth, it might be a little overwhelming to look at, because that'd be an awful lot of teeth. It might even get a little bit scary if it's enough teeth. So I'm just going to do a few teeth. I'll do this by drawing another horizontal line right here towards the top of the inside of my mouth. Now my mouth has teeth. But whenever I laugh, not only can you see my teeth, often you can see the tongue inside of my mouth too. If you want to draw a tongue, you can. If you don't, you definitely don't have to, because a self-portrait is supposed to look like you, and you know yourself better than anyone else. If you don't see your teeth or tongue whenever you smile, you don't have to add that into your self-portrait. But I want to show you how, just in case if you want to. I want you to think about two hills. These two hills are best friends, and they live right beside of each other. Let me show you where my two best hill friends live. They're going to live right inside of the bottom of my mouth. There's one little hill friend, but they need their best friend, and their best friend lives right beside of them, so there's two little hill friends. And now my mouth has a tongue. We're going to need a neck and shoulders as well. A straight line on one side and a straight line on the other can work really well for a neck. A line that curves down like a smile, boop, can work great for where your shirt meets your neck. For your shoulders, we're going to have a line that goes out and then curves down. Out and then curves down. You'll see that I haven't added any color, any details, or any hair to my self-portrait yet. That is because I want for you to think about the kinds of clothes you like to wear, the kinds of colors you enjoy putting on. I want you to think about your specific kind of hair, how you like to wear your hair. Is your hair short or long? Is it curly or spiky? Straight or braided? Think about your hair and make sure that your self-portrait looks like you. The more details that you can add in, the more your portrait is going to look like you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see what you create.